Is this the worst item in the game? What is the worst item in the game? Generic intro, and that goes me. We're back with some more Bad Weapon Academy by Fish Stick on a Stick. Today we have the Gas Passer, which is one that gets suggested to me by YouTube all the time, even though I'm going in order of them. You want to check out the reaction to the last one, which was the Enforcer. I'll leave it right up there. Also, link down below in the description. Also, be to play this on my channel with all of my other Team Fortress 2 videos. Might make one just for Bad Weapon Academy because he is coming out with new episodes of these periodically. I am starting to stream Team Fortress 2 now. Last Saturday, I streamed Scream Fortress 2, not screamed. I streamed Scream Fortress 2. That was the very first time I have live streamed Team Fortress 2. I live stream on Twitch because a whole bunch of stuff has gone down with YouTube. So definitely check the link in the description to my Twitch, or you can join my Discord server where I at everybody in the announcements chat. I do play with the viewers, and people can join my game as well. It's always a fun time, but I should be streaming 5 to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time today, the day that this video goes up, so Friday. I'm going to try to make Fridays my Team Fortress 2 days. So definitely come check that out. I would love to see you in chat. I would love to talk with you all. I love the interaction. I'm sorry that OBS is doing that. I'm tired of it. I'm sick and tired of it. But I have loved Bad Weapon Academy. It should be great. Hopefully I can get OBS fixed. I've spent most of today trying to do that, and it's put me behind. Let's go ahead and jump on into the Gas Passer, though. Shout out to the patrons. This is going to one of my insane patrons today. I should be streaming Team Fortress 2 today, 5 to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Friday. Oh, because they're just throwing gas around. This is not going to end good. Everybody's going to die. Everybody's going to get lit on fire and die. Wait, is he actually about to smoke while playing in gas? What movie is this from? Yeah, I think it'd be more than -4. What? What?
What is this?
It's
Welcome
mobile
to
gas,
Bad Weapon Academy,
which I
where we
think if
take
you're in
a look at the
England is
worst
very
weapons
valuable
Tier
right
2
now.
has to offer, and I show you how to best utilize
I'm sorry, he
it.
just shoot a
So,
fireball?
Like a billion years ago, your boy Germa came up with this weapon.
Oh, Germa. I've reacted to, I think. No, I haven't actually.
Where you'd
A
lay
video
a
he was
trail
in.
of grease that can either coat people to do extra flame damage, or lay a trap that can be lit at any time. Well, about a billion years later, Valve decided to add something very similar.
I've only ever used this thing in Man vs.
Passer,
Machine.
a throwable item similar to the Girardi.
I have a gaming channel. That's where
Not
it's
quite the
gonna make
grease
videos from
gun,
like stream
but still,
highlights from my
it's an
Team Fortress
interesting
2
idea, and it sucks. It just fucking sucks.
Why is this so
Germa's
bad?
idea of this item being a primary weapon worked better in concept because he was envisioning it as a combo weapon, and Pyro was kind of a combo class. He was fuzzy on the details of
the Gas
just what
Passer's
the
not.
grease would do once you were coated. Maybe you'd take extra fire damage from flares or mini crits or something like that.
I didn't know that there was a
Valve,
rocket launcher, or
designing
not a
the
rocket
Gas
launcher, a
Passer,
flamethrower that shot
had a
projectiles
different
like that.
idea in mind. The
I didn't know
stats
who
for
shot
this weapon
fireballs.
are not quite as straightforward as its counterparts.
Stop
So,
OBS.
unlike the Girardi and Mad Milk, or pretty much any other consumable items in the game, like the cleaver, the Sandman
Merry
ball, anything,
Christmas.
you don't
Oh yeah,
start
Christmas
off
is coming up.
able
I'll
to
stream
use
that as
this
well.
thing. And even more restricting, it can't be replenished by a resupply cabinet. Honestly, for something as powerful as the Girardi and Mad Milk, I think this would be a good nerf because, let's be real, they're pretty easy to just spam out of your spawn.
Yeah,
once
they
you're
are.
At a point where the enemy is close to your spawn, like a lot of defensive
Makes
last
sense,
point
yeah.
holds. This, on top of being able to throw it at the beginning of the round to win your team's mid-fight for free, are the
Oh my
main
god.
reasons
Oh
they
my god.
spam
That was
in
so
competitive
nice.
mode. And the Gas Passer almost seems like a test run for those attributes on
Oh,
the new weapon.
oh, melee.
The problem
Your
with
turn.
this execution is the everything. Unlike the
The
Girardi and
everything.
Mad Milk, unless you're using the Girardi with the Sydney Sleeper, but we'll talk about that in its own episode, you can charge
Fair.
this thing up faster by doing damage. A good concept, but it takes 750 damage to get it back up fully from 0.
What?
Boy,
So
that
basically
sure
you're not going to do
sounds
it.
like a
The
lot,
flog, which gives you
huh?
guaranteed crits,
And
requires
it
300
is,
damage still.
especially without a damaging secondary. Pyro lives and dies by his secondary. More than any other
Does he?
class in the game, I'd say, except maybe
Really?
Heavy, and with the exception of Medic, since his secondary is really his primary. So
Yeah,
essentially,
essentially.
removing it means you're putting yourself
It's
at
3
a
health.
huge disadvantage.
Screaming for
You
medic.
don't have the reliability of the shotgun.
I wonder if he died there.
The huge burst damage of the flare gun, the mobility of the detonator and jetpack, and the ability to
Yeah,
make other players
still need to use the
disconnect from the
jetpack.
game that the squirt shit offers. But don't worry, it also recharges passively too.
He hates the squirt shot
After
so
an
much.
entire full-ass minute. Talk about strict. So what the hell is this
A
thing
whole
even
minute.
do when you
It takes a
throw
minute to get
Does
it back.
Insta-kill people? It
probably does
the
nothing.
fucking effort it takes just to get it charged up.
Is this the worst item in the game? What is the worst item in the game?
The gas passer, when thrown, leaves a haze of gas that lingers for 5 seconds. This is a big change from the Girardi and Mad Milk because it means enemies are more likely to get affected by the debuff if you strategically place this in a choke point or another place where enemies are likely to funnel through one area quickly, like the control point or a
so it just kind of like shuts down an area.
You can also use it on an area that retreating enemies are likely to fall back to. Enemies who walk into the cloud begin to take afterburn damage upon taking any damage from any of your teammates during the time.
But you light it on fire, right?
A period lasting for 10 seconds. This even includes enemy pyros who are normally immune to afterburn. Like the Girardi and Mad Milk, this time is halved if they're being healed. And even if they do manage to take damage in that halved time, that afterburn time of 10 seconds is also cut in half. So, for 750 damage, or a full minute of wait time, you get to let your teammates potentially do about 80 damage per lit target.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about why this is really underwhelming. Afterburn has never been
It is. You don't have to explain it.
The damage
I'm
over time
a
effect
new player and I still know it's bad.
Useless, but it's usually more of an annoyance than anything.
It's literally just for man versus machine.
That can remove it entirely, or lessen the effects to the point where it may as well not even.
Don't worry, he's fine.
Health packs, medics, other pyros, the Girardi and Mad Milk, dispensers, the payload cart, water on certain maps, the bicycle, the Dead Ringer. Healing weapons like the Black Box, the Conqueror, the Kunai or the Katana, the Danger Shield, the Demo Knight shields. Even the Gas Passer itself will extinguish your teammates. What? How does that?
Why?
And it doesn't count.
How does
it wet? How? It doesn't even have a recharge buff like the other ones from when you extinguish someone. Why? Okay.
Why did they add this?
There's a lot of ways to counter Afterburn, and it takes way too long for the slow damage over time to run its course. This is true even of the flamethrowers, and WM1 is such a ubiquitous strategy because you can't just hit and run people as pyro. It won't accomplish anything, and you're very likely to just die on the way out. You need to keep the stream of fire on them. This is also something that's very difficult to follow up on with the Gas Passer.
I have some gas.
If the same effect is applied
cooler.
To, like Germa suggested,
you have 2
primary weapon, then you can use your variety of secondary weapons to light up a large cluster of enemies at a distance.
Oh no, it's not the health. There it is.
I think pair extremely well with the shotguns, since the hit scan effect makes hitting even distant enemies easy, and chip damage would be more effective as it's now damage over time.
But so bad.
The only way to do that is if you're lucky enough to find a shotgun on the ground next to you after you've thrown the gas. So we're working with what we have now. And with that said, it's difficult and useless to try and follow up on your own Gas Passer in most situations. Throwing the Gas Passer alerts the enemy to your exact position, not good for an ambush class, and it's best used on big groups to try and get the full effect. So, as a pyro, it's really a bad idea to run up to a bunch of enemies that know you're coming for them. It's just about the worst thing.
Even with guaranteed triple damage.
And the end goal of this
triple damage.
To
he died.
Light them on fire with your flamethrower and do afterburn? This thing is only good as a support tool. There is absolutely no reason to try and follow up on it yourself. And even then, I'm playing it fast and loose with the word good there. Like I said, the afterburn effect is incredibly underwhelming, and it takes an insane.
This might be the worst item in the game.
Exclusive access to this effect with the longest cooldown in the game and a painful damage threshold. Even if a teammate does decide to follow up on the Gas Passer's effect,
there's gonna be so many things you can fix with this thing.
It only matters if your teammate loses, but it was a close fight and the enemy can't reach a health pack or medic in time. Pretty much the same as any other suicide running pyro.
I think pyro is one of my least played class, actually.
It really doesn't mean much.
I played a little bit last Saturday on stream.
Long-range chip damage and either force a retreat or do some extra damage to enemies that are already retreating. And here's the thing, right?
Why would you use
if you want a really easy way to light a big group of people on fire from a distance without having to worry about your brainless teammates, then why not just use the brainless scorch shit?
Yes.
Unless, of course, you're like me and actually care about the people you're playing against having fun. However, the same case applies to the detonator, a weapon I absolutely adore. Long-range crowd control has been a thing for pyro for a while, so why give pyros a weapon that just does everything they can already do worse,
But worse.
and slower for no real benefit. Like I
Yeah,
said earlier,
why would you ever
items
use
added in
this
the gas
thing?
don't even count as wet, so you can't even use this as a combo tool with the Neon Annihilator. What the
what?
hell can you do with this thing?
Oh, I guess if you make
In order
somebody
to
wet,
use
you
this
can
weapon
hit
to
them
its
with
fullest
the electric
effect,
sign.
we're gonna
Didn't
have
know
to
that
be
was
a bit
even a thing.
creative. After doing a bit of testing, I found out that enemies that start taking Gas Passer Afterburn will actually charge the meter of the Flog. And because the Flog's guaranteed crits do so much fucking damage...
Okay, my OBS just froze. I don't know what's going on. I seriously don't know why. It only happens when I record.
And have more gas ready for the next one. Rinse and repeat. However, again, this is all assuming that your team follows up on the gas.
There's a lot of things this thing depends
If
on.
they can, though, then it's kind of like the
Lots
classic
of variables.
Cancerous Scorch Shot Flog combo, except it's actually fucking balanced. In order to do this most effectively,
But
play
it's
around
not
classes like
even
heavies and
good.
scouts who can easily follow up on your gas with their hit scan. If you see a heavy that's using the Huo Long Heater, that's even better. He'll be really grateful for that. The gas really doesn't
He'll be
last
grateful.
long enough to use it
This is literally just...
So try to
it's literally
coordinate
just
your
support,
gas
like
throw
you
with
said.
a confrontation. Like if you see a group of enemies coming, get ready to throw it once your team notices so that you can capitalize on it. Because this is such a team-oriented weapon,
can't go that way.
It might be best to use voice chat for this, or even just to play with friends. If
A gun's so
use the
bad you
gas
need to
passer
use
for
voice
yourself,
chat.
Then there's still a
There's not even a
couple
gun.
things you can do.
OBS,
For starters,
chill, Jesus.
it's great for spy checking, and also for preventing spies from going down a certain path by blocking it
Is it
off with the haze of gas, potentially cornering.
Oh, yeah.
It's a
that
Jiraiya
makes
that
sense.
lingers, so it's a given that it's good for spy checking, but as you're
Oh,
a
wow.
pyro, you're already a natural spy checker yourself, with one
Yeah.
exception, when you're using
OBS
the
chill.
Dragon's Fury. This flamethrower synergizes
Does it shoot,
decently
like,
with
fireballs?
the gas passer for a
I've never
couple
used it.
reasons. First of all, the spy checking. The Dragon's Fury's
Whoa.
short burst of fire and slow firing speed means that it's not a particularly
wait.
effective
Oh.
spy checking tool.
Did he
Especially
actually
compared to the
get away?
spray and pray of the other flamethrowers. And second of all, unlike the other flamethrowers, this one is not adept at afterburn.
I thought you set it on fire.
Long before they go out,
That's a lot.
and that goes
Not
double
true.
for cloaked spies who have a natural resistance to afterburn. Using the gas passer
of
before
course
going
they do.
into any fight can give you a big window of leniency for attacking a burning enemy, and really keep the pressure on them.
Ooh.
And the sheer burst damage you get from dealing successive hits can actually charge up your meter fairly well. However, I feel I really can't overstate this. You can accomplish all of this much faster and much easier with the Scorch shit, or even the Death
And he
Knight.
hates
I
that thing
recommend the
so
Detonator
much.
because I don't hate fun. Hell, if you're really ballsy, you can try the regular flare gun. If you're good with your
Oh,
shots,
God.
you can charge up your flog real quick, or even do more damage to your prospective Dragon's Fury target before going in. Let's all be real with ourselves here.
Whoa,
the
man versus
undisputed best way to use the gas passer is in
The
Envy.
only way to use it.
It's not as blatantly overpowered as it was on release, but it's still
Oh,
a good
what was
way
it
to
like
get
on
rid of the
release?
many
I remember it was
annoyances
really
you'll find
good.
in MVM that classes like Sniper and Demo usually take care of thanks to the explosive upgrade. Once it's thrown, it's important to start
It's so
doing some
good.
damage to get it charged back up quickly. Using the flog,
Yeah,
backburner,
I guess that
or
makes
even
sense.
crit canteens is an
I
easy
used it
way
in
to
Man
do
vs.
this.
Machine and loved
Unfortunately,
it.
the gas passer explosion effect doesn't charge up your flog like the afterburn does, so you'll have
think I
to do
used
that
the
damage
flog.
yourself if you're
That'd be a
using that
stop.
tactic. My go-to on waves without tanks is the backburner, since you can camp yourself underneath the spawn point and get free crit damage when you're behind the robots. Also, any damage you do will charge up your gas passer meter, not just fire damage.
Yeet.
So with the backburner, you can still reflect projectiles back at robots.
He's
with
aiming
easy
up at it
damage.
because it does more damage
The
to it. I
Dragon's
knew
Fury
that
is
trick.
also good if you can aim with it, since it's good consistent burst damage that can get you charged up quickly. Hell, even doing damage to the tank will charge up your gas passer. Like anything in MVM, knowing when to use the gas passer most effectively comes
Got the
down to
medic.
just playing the maps.
Oh
well.
god, that's also
I
a
have been
lot of
running
health.
52 cities tours, and I've used the gas passer plenty to great effect.
50?
Not that I have any
Okay.
Australians to show for it.
Wait, he's done 50 and he's gotten no Australians from it?
Unarmed combat and unarmed combat.
Wait, he had 2 unarmed
That's not
combat?
bad.
Oh my
That's so bad.
god.
It's actually not bad. I think
What do you mean it's not bad?
Imagine waiting years for new weapons to get added, and one of them is this fucking thing. One of Jungle Inferno's 2 fart
Gas
jokes.
blast?
What a disappointing weapon. Even at its absolute best against real players, it's completely overshadowed by the Scorch shit. But then that
Yeah.
applies to literally all of
I guess they
Pyro's
need to nerf
secondaries
the Scorch
because
shot?
it's an overpowered piece of shit. I really wish this thing was good, so let's try to make it good. This
How?
weapon's kind of a blank canvas, but the concept is interesting, so there's a lot we can do with it. First of all, we can just give the gas passer the explosion effect in the normal game, not just MVM. It
Yeah,
wouldn't
I
be as
guess.
powerful, obviously. Something around 50 damage might be balanced, and the current MVM
Might
upgrade
be.
will be renamed like Explosion Expert or something. This is something the high GPS balance mod has been trying out, and it's certainly interesting.
Oh yeah, aren't
If
there
you
like
wanna do
servers
a
that like
little more
have
with the
them,
afterburn
they
effect
modify
to
them?
make it less underwhelming, then you could make it do more damage per tick, so it does more damage over time than the flamethrower, or make it deal its full burst of damage faster.
Let's
If
go.
a pyro or medic doesn't get to you in time, that has the potential to be pretty devastating. Something else I would do
Oh,
to give it the
dead.
pyro using it more incentive to use it for himself is to make your flamethrower damage mini-crit gas-soaked enemies. That
Oh.
way, pyro can use it as his own personal Girardi. Then you
Yeah,
can lower the
that-
damage
that's
requirement and
what I
timer
think is most
recharge to
fair.
be reasonable, make enemies soaked in gas count as wet so you can combo it with the Neon Annihilator and let me festivize it, and this thing
Let me
stands a chance
festivize
of
it.
actually being pretty good. Oh yeah, and fix the bug where you can throw it through walls. I
What?
guess that was worth mentioning. We're
You could
unfortunately
just do
getting to
that?
the point of the show where
You
useful
can throw it
weapons
through
or ones with
walls?
really good strategies are getting harder to come by. It might only get worse from here. Until then, though, go give your enemies a gasoline bath. Tell
Don't.
them fish tank.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that right there. Oh my god. Yeah, god, what? I mean, the possum is really bad. The first time I ever played Engineer, that video was on my game, and trying not to use the possum, and then I started using stock. Because possum is so bad, I just thought it looked cool, which apparently every new player does that, which according to Weapon Stereotypes by Soundsmith is a thing. Is this the worst, like, thing outside, like, is this the worst thing to use in the entire game outside of Man vs. Machine? Like, it's only good for Man vs. Machine. It is so bad. Oh my god. But yeah, I think the things that he mentioned could absolutely fix it and make it better. I don't know if Valve's ever going to do that. I don't know what Valve is doing right now. Hopefully the game gets some more life into it. Right now they're having a big issue with lag bots. That's what I ran into in the last stream. But like I said, if you skip the intro, I should be live streaming here very, very soon. Like an hour and a half after this video goes live. 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on Friday. So definitely come by and check out the Team Fortress 2 stream. It should be a good time. It should be streamed for like 2 hours or so. Should be a great time. I should have fun. I love playing Team Fortress 2, and I love streaming it and interacting with you all. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. I hope to see you next one. Leave some comments down below because I read every comment. But until next video, take care and cue the music.
We were playing